Hi there. Long time no see, and I'm here to share with you the new dramatic mutations that are going to happen in our magic wheel. And it's, of course, very symbolic that I'm just going through a real mutation in my life. I moved, I got out of my mother's place, and I have my own place in a different part of Israel, the part that I really almost like the most. And I was truly, energetically and personally invited to this area, and I just surrendered, and everything is magic, really, everything is magic, and I'm so happy. So I just moved a week ago, so everything is new, but I really embrace the mutation, the transformation, and I enjoy it, and it's amazing. So I'm sending you love from my new beautiful palace, and I'm here to share with you the new changes. The wheel is really moving. We know that the wheel never stops. And we have two dramatic changes this coming week. So let's congratulate the movement, the dramatic movement of Pluto that's going to happen very soon. Pluto leaves the Marian Maiden and goes to the gate of mystery, inner truth. And this is a real dramatic change, because we know that this pressure, yes, the 61st gate is the pressure to know the unknown or to know the unknowable. And this pressure is a very delicate, there is a very delicate, the very thick line between real inspiration and the psychosis that can happen from this pressure. And Richard Rudd writes about it, and I can see it. It is really accurate. I can see it in this gate. So the gate of mystery is going to join the two gate of the cross of consciousness that are now in the Sun Earth. We know that the Sun is in the 63rd gate, the pressure of doubt, the mental pressure of doubt that asks questions that most of the time are irrelevant. And then we have the pressure of confusion, the 64th gate, the abstract pressure to understand the past. And then the 61st gate is going to join them very heavily and going to stay there a long time, with the pressure to know the unknowable or the unknown. And first of all, we are going to have these 2 or 3 days with a very heavy mental pressure. And we know that most of the people are open-headed, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't work on a defined head, these pressures. So let us just observe what's going to happen to us mentally. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be challenging, and it's going to be inspiring and interesting. But these pressures, and especially the 61st gate, has this, can push us towards mental illness, mental depression, mental psychosis, as Richard Rudd says, because these pressures, the pressure, and especially this pressure to know the unknowable, can really drive us crazy. And we have this generational influence. It's going to stay, the Pluto is going to stay in this gate until June, and then there will be it has this pattern, yeah. Pluto has this pattern to go back. This retro, it will go back to the Marian Maiden for 6 months, and then in the beginning of January 19, we are going to have Pluto for a long time there in the 61st gate. And of course, the first line is the occult knowledge. And it's again very interesting to see the synchronicity, because Ra talks about the end of the exploration of the occult knowledge when the cross of planning is going to move on, because the keys that come to the locks of the vessel of love until 2027, one of them is the 61st gate, and that's why we are so strongly in this search, and especially in this line, yes, in the first line, which is now in the global conditioning pattern of the global cycles, of the keys for the locks, but it will end in 2027. And it's like we are going to have 3 years of the last very strong push of the 61st gate, the pressure to dig into this mystery. Very interesting situation. I'm looking at it, I'm observing this. I'm waiting for this because I like the mutative mental energy of this gate. And we are going to have another movement, this is, this is just a few more words about inner truth, yes, the awareness of universal underlying principles. Again, Richard Rudd looks at it very in a very nice way. The shadow is really psychosis, and then the gift is inspiration, and the city is the holy of holies. And it really, I can really sense it. There are some people in my life with this gate that there are glimpses of this holiness, and there are more glimpses of the psychosis. So I can see this movement, and I really encourage us to observe and be very anchored in who we are, so we will not be influenced by the shadow. And then just a few days afterwards, in the 10th, we are going to also feel Uranus moves from the gate of ending, yes, from the gate of growth, the gate of evolution, the 42nd gate that I enjoyed every minute it was here. We are going to experience the gate of ordering, difficulties in the beginning, the gate that is actually the most mutative in the whole chart. And we can see the 61st gate from the mentor's individual stream, and the third gate from the individual format, the channel of mutation. And this is the energy that brings the new, that initiates the new. Yes, this is a gate from the quarter of initiation, and we are there now, so we know the strong mental energy that we are in. And we are going to have this 61st gate. Yes, it's not a mental gate, but it's in the mental place in the chart. It's not coming from the initiation, it comes from the transformation, but it is in the head center, in the center of inspiration and pressure to think. And we're going to have the third gate in the sacral, which is the gate that brings the new order, the new mutation, the spark of mutation. Difficulties at the beginnings. The fundamental challenge of initiation is to transcend confusion and establish order. Now, the difficulties in the beginning in this gate come from the need to initiate the mind, and the mind usually is not open for new things, especially when it is connected to gate 60, which is the gate of limitation, and this is the harmonic gate. So the channel of mutation is actually built out of these mutative initiation that comes through the limitation. So we need really to surrender to the limitation in order to feel the mutation. This is the spark. This is the pulse of the format energy of the individual circuit. So these two gates together, making this very dramatic movement This is going to be very, very interesting. And think about this, that all the children that will be born will have these two gates, at least for half a year, and then continuing with this transformational third gate. It is going to be very, very interesting. And to celebrate this, in the 12, we are going to have 10 hours of the channel of mutation as a whole. It's interesting because also, wow, now I'm looking at it, wow, the 22nd gate and the 47th gate in the sun, I mean, the gate of openness and the gate of realization, the gate of the oppression, these gates have a lot to do with mutation. We know that if we look at the gene keys, the 47th gate, the gift is transmutation, and the city is transconfiguration. This is really, really strong. And having this line, the 47th gate in the 6th line, I really needed in my journey to go through deep oppression, but I learned to transmute the past. And it's interesting to see this energy, this line of futility with this channel of mutation. This is going to be a very, very unique day. For us in Israel, it's the evening. I think I'm going to do something very special in this day. Very mutative and dramatic beginning to this era of Pluto and Uranus in this central column of mutation, empowerment, creativity, innovation, and mystery. Wow. Maya, laws, all these keynotes that just show us where we are. And yes, the end of the cross of planning in the background frequency brings so many mutations that we need all the help we can get, and the transits just do the work for us. So that's it. That's what we are having. The Wheel of Fortune continues to roll and move. And sometimes it feels that we're up, and sometimes it feels that we're down, but it's not really like that. Every place on the wheel, I mean, we have our place, and every place in this moving wheel serves us, serves our journey, serves our transformation, mutation, development, personal process, global process. Everything is in its place. And the thing that can really help us to really get the most of everything and enjoy and grow and evolve is really our inner anchor. And this anchor will be always the type we are, yes, the strategy of our type, and the inner authority that we have, and the listening to this inner authority, following the way that we meet life, yes, our type and our individual chart, because the more I go through this with a lot of people and with myself, of course, I can see that each person has their own fine-tuning in the strategy because of our special and unique design. So it is so, and the more we fine-tune it, the more life become more and more magical. So this is really, it's an amazing journey, but we need the anchor. We need the anchor. A lot of mutations are coming, and it's not going to be easier. It's going to be more challenging, more intensive. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means what it is. This year is going to be intensive. And I remind you that we had our forecast of this year's transits with this alpha and all this. So we really need to breathe and hold our anchor, and then go to this amazing sea and and see where the sea takes us in this mutational journey. So I'm very happy we met again, and I hope that life brings us together again in this journey. I'm holding my anchor, and so wherever it is stuck in the depth of the sea of mutation, I will stop and I will share my adventures with you. And that's it. Let us have an amazing transformational year. Thank you. Bye-bye.